My girlfriend gave me the ring back and asked me to propose again with a photographer and a bigger ring. I refused, and then she said her friends were right about me being cheap and that she was settling. Now, I'm done with her. I need to vent, and maybe get some outside perspective because I'm honestly questioning everything right now. Last week, I, 28M, proposed to my girlfriend, 26F, of 3 years. I had planned it for months. We'd been talking about marriage forever. She'd sent me ring inspiration pics and even joked about how she'd die if the proposal wasn't perfect. I took her to this quiet beach at sunset, our spot, where we had our first date. I got down on one knee, poured my heart out, told her she was my best friend, my future, all that sappy stuff. She cried, said yes, we hugged, kissed, took selfies, called our families. It felt magical. But then, last night, she handed the ring back. She just slid it across the table like it was a used napkin. My stomach dropped. I thought she was breaking up with me. Instead, she said, I need you to propose again. But better. I was speechless. When I finally asked why, her reasons floored me. She said the sunset was too basic, the ring didn't look sparkly enough in the photos, and none of her friends were there to watch. She wanted something more unique so she could post a real engagement story on Instagram. She even said, my coworker's fiancé hired a flash mob at a rooftop bar. Why couldn't you do something like that? I asked her, are you marrying me, or the idea of a wedding? She got defensive, said I was overreacting, and that every girl dreams of a perfect proposal. Now I'm spiraling. Is everything just content to her? She's always been into curating her life online, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. But I never thought it would come before us. My buddies say she's being shallow. My sister told me to run. She's acting like it's no big deal. She's saying, just redo it with a photographer and a bigger ring. I spent 6 months saving for that diamond. She knew my budget, even picked it out herself. Now she's saying it looks small in pictures. I love her. But how do I marry someone who cares more about social media validation than actual commitment? I'm supposed to plan a new proposal now, but every time I think about getting down on one knee again, I feel sick. It's not about the gesture, it's that she handed back a promise like it was a pair of shoes that didn't fit. Edit, thanks for the support, everyone. To clarify, she did help choose the ring. The budget was discussed and agreed on. Also, no, she's not an influencer, just really into trends. Update. We talked again. She apologized for hurting me but doubled down that the proposal mattered for memories. I asked if she'd say no if I proposed the same way again. She paused and said, I'd probably say yes, but I'd be disappointed. So yeah. I'm sleeping at my sister's tonight. Not sure what comes next. Update 2. I don't even know where to start. My last post blew up, and honestly, your comments saved me. But things got so much worse. After my girlfriend, ex now, told me she wanted a redo proposal, I spent days agonizing. I couldn't shake the feeling that her priorities were messed up. So I sat her down and said, I'm not doing another proposal. If you want to marry me, it's this version of us or nothing. She stared at me like I'd slapped her. She said, so you're just giving up? Because I asked for one thing? I told her it wasn't about the proposal, it was about her treating our engagement like a TikTok trend. She rolled her eyes and said, you're acting like I'm asking for $1 million. I snapped. I don't remember exactly what I said, but it all came pouring out, how her demands felt shallow, how she was ruining what should have been the happiest moment of our lives. She stormed off crying, and I thought maybe that was it. But the next day, she came home furious. She said she'd talked to her friends about our fight. Then she said, they said I should have known you'd half-ass this. That you've always been cheap and lazy. Maybe they're right. I asked, your friends said what? She doubled down, they've been saying it for months. That you're not ambitious enough and I am settling down. And your proposal was pathetic compared to their boyfriends. She listed examples, one friend's boyfriend rented a yacht, another flew her to Paris. She said, they always told me you don't even try to make me feel special. I felt like I'd been punched. These were friends who'd smiled in my face at dinners, laughed at my jokes. Turns out, they'd been trashing me behind my back and she never shut it down. When I asked why she didn't defend me, she said, I didn't want to argue with them. That broke me. I told her, you let them disrespect me, hid it from me, and now you're using their words as ammunition? How am I supposed to trust you? She started crying, saying she didn't mean it, that she loves me. But it was too late. My heart just shut off. I said, we're done. Cue the meltdown. She begged me to stay, said she'd take the original proposal, that she'd cut the friends off. I packed a suitcase while she sobbed on the bed. Then she said, please don't leave. I'll say yes to anything. But I couldn't even look at her. The girl I proposed to on that beach, the one who laughed at my dumb jokes and held me when my dad died, felt like a stranger. She texted me 27 times after I left. Apologies, angry rants, More apologies. Finally, she wrote, my friends ruined us. It's their fault. I'm sorry. I'll fix it. But it wasn't just her friends. It was her. She chose their validation over us. I'm staying at my sister's again. Cried for a day straight. My sister says I dodged a bullet. My buddies brought over a six-pack and let me rage cry about aesthetic weddings. Edit, to everyone asking, no, I'm not taking her back. Ever. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Final update. Blocked her number last night. Her friends are blowing up my DMs calling me a heartless loser. Joke's on them, I'm free. Thanks for the support, Reddit.